Second year for this one. Really cool one. Also out in Orland. This is Scares on Sequoia. What'd you think this time?
Oh, I love Scares on Sequoia. I love it. I know we went last year. I was really impressed. First time seeing it. This year is even more. It's even better. It's just... I can't even describe. I mean, there's just a lot there. This haunt, this yard display has a lot of heart. The guy puts a lot into it, and every year, like I said, I think it's his second year, but he's added even more. He's actually got he built what would it be? Help me here.
An enclosure.
It's an enclosure. Okay, an enclosure on the driveway now. So he's got different scenes there with incredible props and lots of animatronics, which is really cool. And I have to mention that he's got some movie monsters in there too. There's a really cool animatronic Leatherface, which is in one of the enclosure areas. And then also he's got a animatronic Jason on his lawn, and then there's a Freddy. But then the creepiest one is the Michael Myers on the porch. It looks real. It's actually got eyeballs. You can see his eyes. It's got the neck. It looks real. It was creeping me out. So, but actually, I mean, but everything's good. Like I said, the enclosure with all the stuff he's got in the props are fantastic. And like I said, this yard display has a lot of heart. I love it. I love it. If you're out in the Orland area, go check it out. It's a 5 chainsaw rating for me. I loved it, and I'm looking forward to what he does in the future. But it's a great one to check out. Highly recommend it.
I'd have to echo what Laura said about Scares on Sequoia. I really enjoy it. You can tell that the owner really gets into it. Not just the owner, but his whole family. They really enjoy doing this, and it shows. He's got a really interesting yard display. It's not huge. Most of it's a cemetery theme, which you see quite often, but it's got the wrought iron. It's got the gates in the front. And this year, what was new was, like Laura said, there's some enclosures on the driveway. And they're basically 3 different scenes in each enclosure. One is a zombie scene. The second one in the middle is a witch scene, which you don't often see that often. And there's like a witch hanging. She's tied by her hands. Her hands are tied over her head. She's hanging from a pole, and she's got glowing eyes. And in the background, you see 2 mirrors, and they have blood dripping down off the mirrors. And there's a weird statue in between. There's a lot of pictures on the opposite wall and everything, and it's a really small enclosure, but it's got some...
The little statue has blood running down.
Yes.
The mirrors have the blood, and then the little statue has blood coming out.
It's very creative in just this little space. And the third one has Leatherface in it. So the third one is sort of like a butcher shop type of thing with Leatherface in there. Also, we've got Freddy, we've got Jason, and of course Michael Myers. Now, Michael Myers last year he was back in the bushes by the back of the house. And one of the things I liked last year that they did again this year is they block out the entire front of the house with a big black type of curtain that just says beware, like in spray paint, like somebody walked by and put that. And it really takes you into a different area. It takes you out of, oh, this is somebody's front yard type of thing. Well, Michael Myers is in a different spot this time. He's hiding behind a portion of this black curtain up on the porch. And there's a Grim Reaper figure up on the porch. Yeah, the Grim
Reaper is really cool, too.
He talks and he moves.
His eyes light up.
I have to say, I can count on one hand the number of times I've actually been gotten by something in a yard display. I can actually remember each time. This will be the 3rd time altogether in all the yard displays I've seen. And Michael Myers got me. And I knew it wasn't real because I've seen this figure before. But here I am looking at the Grim Reaper, and out of the corner of my eye, I see that white face. And I actually jumped.
And Michael Myers got me. It's got eyes, too. It looks like it's got, actual eyes.
I was very impressed. And like I said, I've seen that figure before, and particularly at this Scares on Sequoia, I've seen it before. So it just was a lot of fun. He's got some cool stuff. So I have to say, he really stepped it up this year. It's been growing every year, and we're looking forward to seeing it next year, too. It's a 5 out of 5 for me as well.